everybody. Welcome back to the Process to Purpose show. This is your girl, your sister, your friend, your auntie, your cousin, and your neighbor, Salome. And I am super duper uber excited to be with you all another episode of the Process to Purpose show. Oh God, let me tell you, I am so excited about this show. But and a little bit emotional too. But anyway, as usual, please subscribe, like, and share this channel. Be a blessing to somebody. We're in the relationship series, and today, we have come up with another episode of family time. Like it is a family affair. And some of you have seen me bring guests on from all over, but today is super duper special because I have my family on here, y'all. I have my cousins from New York and Canada here. And I feel like it's just a family affair. And I don't want to I can't wait anymore. I'm just going to introduce y'all to my two favorite cousins. I'm going to say that, but I know all the other cousins are going to be upset, but I love you too. You are all my favorite cousins. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you Serene and Lydia. What's up,
Hey,
y'all? What's
hey
up? You
everyone.
ready? Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, hold on. I have to make this disclaimer. This is cranberry juice. My past is watching. It is cranberry
Yeah,
juice. I don't do these things, okay?
yes it is.
It's medication.
Here's a whole picture.
What's up, you guys? What's up? What's up, Lydia?
I'm here, I'm doing good, just surviving in these times, but thankful anyway, right? Happy to
How's
be
your
here with
family
you.
doing?
Happy to have the opportunity to come on here and just chat with you guys. This is awesome. It's going to be good.
Have you been watching the show?
I have. I will say I have missed a few episodes, but I definitely will be catching up for sure. The relationship series, it's been so good and it's been so helpful to me too in my own relationship that I have to catch up for sure. And keep it going, keep it coming because it's been a blessing. It's definitely been a blessing, and I'm sure it's been a blessing to others as well.
Awesome. Awesome. What's up, Serene?
Hey everyone, this is amazing. This is a fabulous idea. I'm so happy to see everyone
Sure.
today. I know it's been a long time that we all got together
Yeah.
like this, but this is
Yeah.
fantastic. Amazing job, Salome.
Thank you. I grabbed my tissue already, y'all. It's making me cry
Oh
already.
no.
But I want to get into this because we've been talking about relationships and about marriages. But there's always there's a process in just the family dynamics too. Like there's ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. Sometimes you love him, sometimes you don't love him, and it's a process, right?
It
And
sure
so
is.
I really
Sure,
just
for
wanted to
sure.
talk to you all about how things been with you where family is concerned. But I want to start off a little bit different because so Serene is from New York, y'all, and
Yeah,
she's
that's
the
where I'm
big
going.
cousin, right? And Serene, I remember Serene left us in Jamaica. I'm gonna say left us, and it's not lack of a better word. She
It's like,
abandoned us, y'all. She left us when I was still going to high school. She was just somebody that's always there. And even though she was older, she was like a big sister. And then she migrated. And that just knocked me completely off my feet because a few years before that, was it a few years before that? I think or after that, our grandfather passed.
Yeah, it was after. Yeah.
So that and my grandfather and I were like close, and that just really knocked me off my feet. And I had a hard time dealing with you leaving. And I think I've shared this with you before, and I don't want to start crying already 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes in it, but it was so hard. It was really, really hard. How did you feel just leaving like that?
Like you said, we had this discussion before, and until we discussed this, I really didn't realize how much, you know, me leaving affected those that I left behind. When I came to New York, and we got involved with husbands and children, and it's like the years just rolled into each other. And even though we had I had a life going on here, um didn't really stop to take the time to see how it affected individuals. We say hi to each other here or there, but not really sat down and talk about how it affects you emotionally. So it was good to connect on that level, to kind of stop and think about how that affect others, which is really good while we're having this discussion.
Yeah, I remember my first tennis shoes. I got it from you, and it was the time you were leaving, and that I wore the tennis shoes to the ground, for real, because that was the only thing I had to hold on to, you know.
Hmm.
And it's funny now because we're
Wow.
older now. When
Yeah.
I'm talking about it and I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it, and I have emotions. It's crazy.
Mm.
It's important to connect with those emotions.
Yeah.
We get so tied up with jobs and family and kids and everything else. And like I said, the years just all seem to roll into one. But I know Salome and you and I, especially, we talk now like on a daily basis, two, three, four times a day. And that really helps to get some of that insight on what's going on, or how you were feeling, and connect on that level, which is really good. I'm really enjoying this process.
Yeah. Yes. Process. Thank you for using the word process. And then so I was older than Lydia, and so we as she grew older and mature,
Yeah.
she then became my buddy, right? And we would do everything together. We would be going places together,
Every day.
partying together, that back then when we were young and dumb, but now
Yeah. We didn't
no,
know
we
any
weren't
better.
dumb.
We
But
just didn't know
we
any
would do
better. That's
everything
all.
together. We would go places together, eat together, would sleep together. If she's not by my house, I'm by her house, and it was so fun. It was a lot of fun. And then
Yeah. Those were
she
some good times.
migrated. Like everywhere we go, I remember one of our
Yeah.
thing was everywhere we went, we were like British. We had the British accent. It was just one of the funniest things to us.
Yeah, that was our
And then
version
she
of the British
migrated.
accent.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said that's our version, hey?
Yeah. So that was something
Can we
too.
get a
And
snippet of that the British accent?
Oh
oh,
my
oh,
goodness.
oh, hello, mate. Hello, mate.
How you doing, mate? What's up, mate?
Uh, I'm good yet. But it was wild
Yeah.
back then.
We'd just
But
go
and then she
around town
migrated.
talking to each other like that all day long. Like it was hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Everywhere we went, and people would look at us. In Jamaica, how people are so excited about foreigners. And so if you start speaking British, everybody like look at you. I was like, that was so funny.
That was our
But
thing. Yeah.
yeah, but then, and she migrated to Canada, she did school and everything. And I was really excited for her, but I guess I was just
Yeah.
missing her. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was really the whole thing. But yeah, and yeah, we got that out the way. Woo, Jesus. But I wanna ask you all though, what was it like? I mean, on a different level. I know Serene, you came up and you talked about, your husbands and your kids and families, and Lydia, the same thing too, because you're married as well, with the
Yeah.
beautiful baby girl, and Serene got two big kids. How was that for you? Like, I mean, especially the way we were raised and how we were
Mhm.
grown up.
Mhm.
Um, what is your mindset where family is concerned? I mean, you can
Mhm.
take it anyway.
Yeah, it was difficult. It was very difficult because the culture was different. And so it took a while, a little getting used to. Um, Especially my first job was at a bank. I could barely figure out the US currency. And that was my first job working in a bank. So I had to learn everything pretty much very quickly. It's been a while. I'm still with the bank, but I learned a lot. And as far as the family dynamic, raising kids, getting used to the culture, figuring out right and wrong way of doing things and not getting into trouble with the government. It was a lot of getting used to, but I came here with a huge other side of my family. I have 9 brothers and sisters total. So I was raised with my grandmother as an only child. So to fall into a dynamic where I have like 8 other siblings, it was a little overwhelming at times. I was happy to have all that family and all that people around, because when I growing up, I didn't have anybody to play with. So that was, that was fun for me. And I learned a lot from them as well. Even though they're younger than me, I got to know them. I came here to see my mom, so I got to know her a little better because she left a long time ago. So it was a struggle in the beginning, but we adapted like everything else. And as time goes
Mhm.
by, it became easier.
Oh, yeah, that's good. What about you, Liz?
Yeah, and for me, it was a completely like foreign, like literally experience, right? Because I'm going somewhere that I've never been before. I have no other family members there. I basically left Jamaica with a group of friends that I was going to college with. We came here on a student visa. We're going to school to study business, and so leaving all my family pretty much and coming into this country, that was it was tough. It was very difficult. I can't say that I thought necessarily about how it affected everybody else who I left, especially you, Sal. I can't say that I put a lot of thought into that, but thinking about it now, it's well, it's important to know those types of things, right? But for me, just a, a clip like getting used to being here with my
Mm,
friends, going to school, completely different culture. The area of Canada that I moved to, there weren't a lot of people of my skin color. There weren't a lot of Black people there. So that too, I had to get used to. And so it was a very difficult, trying time. And I may have been very, I don't know, selfish during that time with my emotions and my time and reaching out to people back home and so on. That like Serene said, the years they kind of roll into each other, and you don't connect like you used to. You don't talk as often as you used to as the time goes by, and so you kind of lose that connection. But it's really good. Like we're in an age of technology, we can really build on what we have now, like the foundation that we have now. We can touch base with each other a lot more frequently. Like it's really good to come together like this. And with family, just before I came here, I lost my mom like a year before, right? It was in 2007, and that was, I will not get into that anymore, but that was tough in and of itself. And then to leave everything that I've known all my life, like a year later, that tied into it too. I won't deny that. And so in those formative years, I know that a mother plays a huge role in her daughter's, development and so on. So I may have strayed from the path that, I knew was the right path for myself, to build a family, to have a good marriage with a good man. And so I'm just happy that today I have found myself on the right path and with a good man. And, we have a good family and a good marriage, and we're on the right track together, right? It's taken some years and some trying and some learning, some difficult times for sure to get to where we are, but we're in a good place. Yeah,
process. Oh, thank you so much for
that's the
just sharing.
process,
Yeah,
that's for
that was
sure.
beautiful, Lydia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I know we talk. We always we did talk a
Yeah.
lot and share, and I learned a
Hmm.
lot about Canada, even being in Jamaica and stuff like that. But I know for me, so it's so funny because you left, Serene, Lydia left, and then I left, and then my sister, and she was supposed to be on the show. Sister Mel, I'm calling you out. Okay. Like, that was a huge thing. So when I got married and came over here, so because of what had happened before with Serena and Lydia, I thought a little bit more about me leaving my sister, and we had that time. We went on vacation, went to a hotel, and we had all that fun. It still didn't do anything. I felt like it just made it worse, really, because you had all this fun, and now I'm
Yeah,
gone.
it added to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then, and they were very happy for me, and they know, just coming over here, having my own family, but also remembering them and helping to take care of them. But yeah, that my sister never told me that she loved me. When I would say I love you, she wouldn't say I love you back. And I was
Hmm.
like, wow. And I would keep saying it. And it's just like, maybe the last maybe 5 years now, and I've been over here like almost 11 years. She would say like I love you back. It was like, okay, well, she ain't coming back. So I have to deal with it. So
Yeah.
so that was something. So I put a more thought into it because what had happened to me. But then y'all know me, I'm just so emotional and whatnot. But yeah, but families, like as Lydia mentioned, that now we have technology that
Mm-hmm.
we can truly keep in contact with. And now we can video call, we can FaceTime, we can WhatsApp and all of that. But so that's good. That's really good. But there's something else that I want to talk to you about. And Serene alluded to it earlier about the culture change where family is concerned. So we grew up a little different, okay?
A
And to
little
my audience,
different.
my friends out
A
there,
lot.
we Jamaica, uh, it's different.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's absolutely different.
we getting
It's,
our
yeah, a
butt
whole lot
whooped.
different.
We get our butt whooped. We listen. It's an island. We didn't have this lavish lifestyle like now. We have our own homes in
Yeah.
America now. We didn't have that, and cousins were with cousins and blended family, and it still happens now.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it was
Yeah. In some
different.
places, yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
Talk to me about
Mhm.
that, y'all.
Well, I'll jump in and I'll say that for sure, growing up in Jamaica is 100% like polar opposites of growing up here in Canada. Like even just the way that I'm raising my daughter, it's different than I was raised. It's different than children in Jamaica right now are being raised. Right? It's no more spare the rod and spoil the child. Well, we're not going to spoil the child, but we're still going to spare the rod, right? We're not doing spanking anymore. It's the talking things out and dealing with the emotions and so on. Whereas growing up, yeah, no, you didn't have a chance to talk about anything when you're getting your butt whooped, right? Or
Yeah,
you're getting
that's
some
true.
slippers thrown at you or something. There's nothing to talk about at that point. Well, but it's that part of it. But then I also find that there's the positives too, right? It's the connecting. It's making sure that there is family time and it's quality family time that you're having together. It's seeing both parents with the child, like spending that good time outside, whether it's playing a game or going to the movies. It could be like whatever it is. It's that good quality time that families spend together here that I really admire. And I don't know that it happens as much in Jamaica and families as a role in the upbringing of a child for sure.
Go, Serene.
Yeah, I want to jump in with that. Piggybacking on what Lydia just mentioned, growing up in Jamaica was a little different. For us, whooping was the thing. I actually learned from that when raising my kids because I remember even myself growing up getting whooped. I didn't care. I was going to do what I was going to do anyway. And if you want to whoop me, you whoop me. So when my kids came along, I used that myself as an example to know that there's no point in whooping a child. They're going to do it anyway. That's what I did. So, I find that conversation was the best way to raise my kids, not whooping. So that's a little bit that I changed as far as family dynamic that differs from Jamaican upbringing.
And can we
Yeah,
talk about just
absolutely.
being honest with your kids? Like, I
Absolutely.
feel like there is zero honesty from Jamaican parents at all. Like,
That is
they
true.
tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas here,
You had
like,
to figure it
having
out.
open
Yeah,
conversations, right? Open conversations is key.
absolutely. And it's
Hmm.
I
better.
think,
It's much better to have that open conversation. The more they
Yeah.
understand is
Yeah.
the less you'll have issues because they
That's
know
right.
exactly what's going on. When you
That's right.
have those issues, it's the time when they're trying to figure out what's going on because they're not getting that
They don't
information.
know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the thing about that is that I have really learned to understand too is that you can't teach what you don't know.
that's correct.
You can't teach what you don't know. And if it's a cycle throughout, like
Hmm.
if your mama, your grandmother didn't tell your mama, it's hard for your mama to tell you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
so it was
generational
just
for sure.
right. It was just the culture that they were in at the time. And then
Yeah.
it's just passed on to generations to generations. And so when I think when we got here, we were exposed to a whole different world, a whole different way of doing things. And then so we really look into it and say, okay, well, this looks like a better way. And I want
Hmm.
to try that. And I want to try that with my children instead of all that stuff. I mean, I feel like kids still can get a whooping. I mean spanking,
I mean,
but
if it's
It doesn't work.
deserved,
I'm telling you,
then
the
come on.
spanking, it doesn't work.
If it's bad enough.
It
right.
doesn't work. The spanking really does not work. I think it makes the kids worse.
Well,
Um,
Serene has grown kids, so
it doesn't work.
Yeah. But one thing that I remember when I came here and I was sharing even when I came here, I went straight into nursing school and I was sharing with like the girls and we would have conversations. Like even though at the time I didn't feel well, I still don't feel that way. Like I needed to get all that whooping because I really got some whooping, but I
Oh
was
yeah, you
really
did.
yeah, I really did some stuff. But I
oh,
feel like one thing I learned to appreciate was that my parents did their best,
Hmm.
and and and
yeah.
and I felt like if this is me personally, if they didn't do what they did at the time, that was all they knew. I just got to give it to them. I probably would have been this wild child, crazy, crazy wild child. It really helped. A lot of things really helped to mold me into who I am. And so I even find myself just saying, thank God for those whooping. Thank God for when my dad really just said, like, come here, go sit in somewhere, go study or go do this. Even though he wasn't
Yeah.
saying, okay, in order for you to be successful in life, you have to study. He just said, you better go do your homework. Go over there
Hmm.
and do your homework. But I still appreciated those moments of him just directing me that way and my mom. And even in our family, I know we grew up and we saw like our grandfather and grandmother married, our mom married, things happen. But how did what we saw from our parents, and we could go deep or we don't have to go deep, but we get the understanding. How did that affect you and how you see family or relationships now? And I'll go with
Um,
Lydia. Serene, go ahead.
from my perspective, I've been divorced and I've raised my kids since they were like my son was like 5 years old on my own. Now my son's 26, my daughter's 24. So we've come a long way. And I've seen my grandparents, they've been married like a gazillion years, but that did not contribute to my divorce really. It's just that we weren't compatible in the end. And even today, we're still good friends. We still communicate. We have a great relationship, but we were just not meant for each other. It doesn't mean that we have to be at each other's throat. We're fantastic, all of us. My ex-husband is remarried and we all get along. It doesn't mean if you're divorced, you have to be at war with each other. It's not necessary. We're all
Yeah.
adults. We could talk things through and we all have a great relationship. It's so funny when we went to my daughter's graduation. It was my ex-husband, the kids, everybody was together, and it was such a fantastic time we had. So it could be good. It could be, we're not together. It doesn't mean that we can't, share responsibility and be adults and talk things through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Lydia.
for
Oh, I
me,
hear Jade.
I hear her.
I can say I did not. She's playing with her dad. They're out in the living room. They're just playing. But yeah, for me, I didn't grow up with the healthiest, you know, portrayal of what marriage should be, or I don't think to myself that I grew up with what a healthy marriage should look like. Talking about my parents, of course, and that was very difficult. It's still something that I struggle with to this day. Just thinking back on some of the things that I saw or things that I heard, it's very troubling. And that's just something that I have to go through myself and some healing that I still have to do. But bringing that into my adult life, I just know that there are certain things that I look for in a partner, and if those qualities were not there, then the relationship wouldn't last, and I could foresee what the relationship could potentially be, and know that that's not something that's for me. And so it's what I saw as a young girl growing up definitely affected how I went about choosing a partner to settle down with. And I think that I worked it out for the better part of it. I think like I used it rather than it's being detrimental to myself. But like I said, there's still healing that needs to be done there.
Hmm.
And that ties into as well how I want to like raise my family as well. Making sure that God is at the center of our family and of our marriage as well. I think is really important because it's tough when there's yin and yang. You've got to have some meeting ground to make a marriage work, and having God at the center, the place that we can always come back to, I think it's very fundamental.
Absolutely. I just want to chime in and certain circumstances sometimes, Salome, I went through a very tragic time in my life where I went through a period of chemo treatment. And after going through that, you just learn to forgive and move on. It's wasted time to be carrying grudge and, all these things around. It's completely wasted time. There's so much to enjoy. There's so much to see. There's so much more to life than just,
Mhm.
suffering in silence. There's a whole wide world out there. There's a lot of people to meet. There's a lot of things to do. So just enjoy it while it lasts
Right,
and make
that's
the
right.
best of it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I remember. It's just so, God is just so good. And I like that Lydia brought up having God at the center of our family, our relationships, because at the end of the day, nothing is ever perfect. No relationship
Hmm.
is ever perfect.
No,
But I think
no.
just having or knowing that, with God all things are possible, and that you have his
Absolutely.
and his guidance to help you, how to maneuver, how to, not allow those things and those emotions that comes with it just overpower us. Because sometimes it could
That's right.
really put us in a bad state, you know. But
Hmm.
even as Serene say, we have to forgive or, move on and just try to be better
Hmm.
version of ourselves, better. I feel like there's always a bigger picture, even the things that we go through.
Absolutely.
We call it a process, so I think there's always a purpose for everything. And so, yeah, you brought up even your chemo and all that when that was so hard too.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
it
it was hard
was.
for you, but
Yeah.
just knowing that and what you dealt with. One thing that I'm so glad that you had all your family members around you.
Absolutely. Yeah,
You had all your
absolutely.
family members
That
around
support
you.
is good. Yeah.
Yeah. I and I don't want to. I feel like I shouldn't touch this I want to touch it, Lydia, if you please permit me, because I know even your mom, which is, well, I want to say my favorite auntie, but yes, I have a lot of favorite aunties, was just a pillar for us,
Yeah.
you know. And so when she passed, that really even changed the whole dynamics of our family.
It certainly did.
It
Everything
Certainly
did.
did.
changed. Yeah.
Man, Aunt Bibsy was just that person, and
She was the rock for everybody, really. Even my other aunts, she was the rock
Oh,
for
yeah.
everybody. So the whole dynamic changed, after that. So Lydia, I'm so sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's it happens. I just can't talk about it without,
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
been years, but it feels like yesterday
yeah,
whenever it comes up. It's okay for us to talk about it though. I
yeah.
just know that this is just my process whenever that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
happens. But
yeah,
yeah, you're right. Like everything changed. It's just like this rock that was a part of her
Mm-hmm.
family was gone, and it like we didn't know what to like. Everybody just kind of, I don't know,
She was the person that everybody ran
didn't know
to.
what to do.
So
Yeah,
for
know what to do.
answers.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I remember. So as far as me, my mom, and my dad grew up together and stuff, and you could see that roller coaster too. But and they would try their very best to hide. As we grew up in church too, and all of that, and they would hide it. But we
Yeah,
we knew, and even now we
you know.
know we have our spouses and our relationships, and we know, like, hey, now I
Oh,
really understand. It's not all
what
that
was
it's
going
cracked
on?
up to be. Right. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so everything that I do now, I'm so intentional, and sometimes I have to go back in my memory to kind of see, okay, well, I don't want this to happen to me. And we talk
Mhm.
about even breaking generational things from generations to generations. And I'm like, okay, God, well, this stops with me right here, you
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
And so my seeds and my children I pray to God will never see some of the things that I've seen and
Mm-hmm.
witnessed. But God is good anyway. God is good.
God is good
We
all
love
the
our
time.
family. We love you, mommy,
Absolutely.
daddy, auntie, grandma,
Like,
and our
yes,
grandma also, who is also like
she's a
our
real
She's
and
our
prayer
pillar.
warrior. That's what it is.
Yeah. She even
like
learned how
every
to
night.
master the video
Every
chat
night.
now. She can master the
Yeah,
video
so
chat now.
that's good.
Yeah.
She does. And even though she
Oh
can't see
man,
us that
she's got
well, I
it.
know
Yeah.
she's always like,
She's
I'm
got it.
praying for
Yeah.
y'all, praying for us.
Every night, every name she'll call them. Yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone.
All
Mhm.
the time. Sarah,
Yeah.
Serene, salami, good to hear you. Oh, Lydia. That's
Yeah.
her.
That's
But
her
but
grandma.
family is a beautiful thing. I'm so glad
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
can connect and we can talk about these things, and you
Mhm.
know and we've learned a lot, really learned
Mm-hmm.
where we can apply to our own.
Yes. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Salome, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to you for putting this all together.
Yes.
You're always trying to get everybody connected, and that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. My hats off to you for that.
Yeah, we have a pretty big family, and you go above and beyond to make sure we're touching base. Whether it's creating WhatsApp groups that we're all a
Yes,
part of, all like hundreds of us.
family
It's
group.
it's a good thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's
hopefully
good
one
job,
day
Sal. Thank
we'll
you.
be able to put this all together with everybody in one place after
Yeah,
this
Yes.
whole COVID
like
situation
just
has passed.
yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, we'll be able to
Listen,
put it
we're
all
thinking
together.
positively. Yes,
Yes,
let's
absolutely.
think
Speak it into
I
positive.
know.
existence.
Yes, that's right.
I know. I know. I'm just thinking. I think Steve Harvey was. There's always one.
You the one.
But
Yeah,
we
you find
both.
the time to always put it together, which is
Yeah,
commendable.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I,
that's
I
awesome.
appreciate you all. I'm just so excited. I remember when I came here too. I didn't really have, my husband. Yeah, but there was nobody. I was like, oh my God, I don't have any family. Am I going to be living here forever and not seeing
Mhm.
everybody? and just the fact that I'm able to call you and call Lydia and talk to everybody really helps me. And it
Mm-hmm.
was a process, but I'm really
Yeah.
excited about where we are. God has truly helped us to
It's blessed
be able
us.
to be in America and be able to not only help ourselves, but even our families back home. And that is very important.
Yeah.
Um, so, well, we didn't cry too much. Cranberry, cranberry.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Mhm. No, it is cranberry for real. Don't say okay because I don't want anybody to think that I'm.
I said okay. I didn't say anything else.
Anyway, I just want to thank you all. I'm excited about this. This is just part one. I'm really excited about this. I'm so excited that you all came on and you guys are so beautiful. We look alike, y'all.
Yes.
Why we
Yes.
got all
All
got
three
short
of us.
hair?
Oh my
Why did
goodness.
you chop your hair
Right?
off, Lydia?
What are you talking about? I had to go natural.
It's
Get my
easier to
curls
handle.
popping.
It's so much easier.
Yeah. See, I got my
I
curls
know, Lydia.
popping.
I was almost there, but I'm not. I'm not
You
the
gave
one.
up too you gave up too quick. It's
See,
all
I'm
right.
not. I'm not in the process. I didn't let the process go. Right. I guess
you're
so.
rocking your Riri. That's okay.
My south. Anyway, oh my goodness, I thank you so much. This definitely a part two to this because I'm really excited. We just gotta just lay back a little bit and then we're gonna dive into something totally different. But
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
I hope all my audience really enjoy this. I hope you all enjoy this conversation with my cousins. You know, like Serene is in New York, Lydia's in Canada, and I'm in California, and we still can communicate and have such a good time. I think family is so important. Our relationships in our families, and I pray that you all connect with your family. I know, things happen. You know, people change, people evolve, and so we have to learn to appreciate each other for where we are and who we are, and continue to pray for each other because a family that prays together stays together. And so it is our responsibility to love our family members far and near, learn from each other, but stick close together. That's very important, and I hope this was just an amazing episode that y'all could watch, and hopefully something that we said kind of you guys were able to glean from it, learn from it, and perhaps apply it as well. But I truly appreciate you every week for taking the time to come on. I love you and thank you so much for joining. And remember, whatever you're going through, whatever the process looks like, remember that there is a purpose for it. All right. God bless you and thank you so much. Bye.